Hi, this video is for Milestone 2. Second part, basically, of our Uno game, API milestone. In this one, we were basically making our API and a website interface mingle with each other. We essentially just wanted to display a top card and the four hands, and that's what the benchmark was going to be for this particular assignment. However, I kind of went a little bit above and beyond and went ahead and showed what card is being played by which player, as well as the top card, and then all the hands at the same time. I'll go ahead and get the resizing bit out of the way because it's much easier to get out of the way now, that way I don't forget it. We can see when we get the screen down to, a smaller size, the cards do bunch up the correct way they need to. They'll stack and display as needed. All these cards are set to have like a padding around them anyway of 10 pixels to their right. Actually, we'll do padding left as well. That way it gets it off the side. But okay. But we can see now there's padding left and right. And does the same when we fold them up. We'll make this big again. So as far as my script, I already had everything written this way in one function to get everything to work. Knowing what I know now about how to get the information displayed down here, I will refactor it for the next week after this. But everything is in show top card function, so I console log a bunch of data, which was for me mostly. Here we have the creation for the top card, setting the image and file name for the top card, and then this is for the card that's being played. So there's a small if statement. If the card is null, it will just show a player or card back, and it'll just say player, and whoever the current player has no card to play. And then it'll source out the card back to show while it's still displaying the current top. If there is a card that needs to be played, it will go ahead and say player blah played, and then it'll have a photo of the card that they played. So as far as getting the individual player, basically divs and containers out here, you can see that each one is in their own individual container, individual div. Player 0, player 1, player 2, player 3. And that's done with this for loop here. It's a two loop, basically. It's a two timer. The first one sets the amount of boxes that we're needing, the amount of divs, and then this is what actually loops through the individual hands and sets up the image for each card and each div. So that's how that works. So we look at this code right now. Currently the top card's an 8 green. Player 0 is playing a 6 green. They'll go on to player 1, which they'll either be playing, one of these two, because that is the most likely move. Oh, actually, never mind. The game reset. I forgot I saved it. Alright, so we have a blue 0 for the top card. Player 0 played a blue 3. So player 1 is likely going to play the 7 or they could play that 3. We'll see. So they played the 7. Player 2 is probably going to play the 7. They do. And then, could either be the wild or the 9. Goes with the wild. Player 1 played that. So in order to display the color for the wild cards, I would need to write another if statement. I just haven't gotten that far yet. Trying to get to a point where you can see when a player doesn't play a card, what happens. There we go. So in this instance, player 2 had no card to play, so it just goes ahead and displays just, Uno back. That seemed most appropriate for that. And then we'll keep on playing. Looks like player 0 is going to be really close to getting Uno there. Player 3 now, player 0, probably player 3. Yeah, player 3 won. So now what happens every time is it's just going to loop back on itself. I was able to figure that out based from Anastasia. She was very helpful with that because I was really stuck. I did not know what to do in order for that to loop on itself. So her suggestion was to basically set up this section here, get T. So T is just basically copying the turn, more or less, the last turn, and it just will indefinitely play it when there's no more plays. But yeah, that's it. Until next time, ahoy ho.